had a military division with the bullet-carrying capacity of these birds, it would face any army in the world. They can face machine guns with the invulnerability of tanks. These are the real and tragic stories of those involved in one of history's darkest moments. This is the story of... The First World War had come to a close, and the world thought that they would finally get to enjoy prosperity once again. This was not the case for the farmers living in Australia. Australia was going through one of the worst droughts in this country's history. This would lead to a wheat shortage, the country's premier cash crop. This would send the vast majority of working Australians into a severe poverty. In addition, there was an even bigger threat affecting the wheat shortage, far more severe than any ongoing drought. Consuming the few crops farmers had left in their fields were emus. Thousands and thousands of large, flightless, dangerous birds. After long protest and petition by the farmers of Australia, the Minister of Defence for the country, Sir George Pearce, ordered Major G.P.W. Meredith to lead the military in this war, and with the funding of the Australian Parliament and the help of the Royal Australian Artillery, war with the emus had finally begun. Armed with the highest quality weaponry at the time, with mounted machine guns containing dum-dum bullets, ones that would expand inside after impact and was used stateside to take down water buffalo in one shot, the military charged straight ahead into the wild in what they believed would be a quick and easy victory. Little did these poor men know of the horrors that would soon fall upon them. The military expedition began on November 2nd. The first 2 days were failures. Every time a herd was cornered, they would split off into small groups and flee away from the range of machine gun fire. On the 4th, the military believed that they had a large number of the birds cornered at a dam. Unfortunately, due to temporary machine gun jamming and the speed and ferocity of the emus, the men were quickly overwhelmed and this battle became a military disaster. The Emu Command had evidently ordered guerrilla tactics, and its unwieldy army soon split up into innumerable small units that made use of the military equipment uneconomic. On November 8th, after continued military failure and negative media coverage, the Australian House of Representatives withdrew the military and declared the war a loss. However, James Mitchell, the Primer of Western Australia, lent his strong support to the renewal of the military assistance. So, on November 12th, the Minister of Defence approved a resumption of military efforts. The military found some success this time around during the first 2 days, killing approximately 40 emus. However, the military might of these birds was just too much for the poor men, and on December 10th, Meredith and his forces were forced to withdraw. With a second failed attempt, the Great Emu War finally came to a depressing close. The farmers of Australia asked again for military assistance with the emus in 1943, but were denied. The Australian establishment thought that this, a small conflict known as World War II, was a more important threat to deal with than this. And now you know the forgotten, tragic tale of the Emu War.